The most beautiful thing about being creative is where our journey is going to take us. We don't know when we start creating. And today, on Talks About You, I'm opportunity to be talking to people that started their own journey, creating beautiful sounds, all far away in PH, and now taking it everywhere, taking the sounds everywhere around the globe. And I'm talking about no other than the original bad boys. And that's nobody than the AjeboHustlers. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. Boost lifestyle.
Boost. Make way, bad boys coming through.
Boost, bad boy coming through. I mean, I like the sound when I hear it, boost, bad boy coming through. I mean, it just gives a very chilled, bad vibe, yeah. That kind of thing. And you guys are always chilled every time. So I like to take it back to the beginning, because it talks about you guys. What's the relationship, brothers? Or?
Yo, friends.
Friends, wow. You guys have these bromance that people think you guys are brothers.
We're brothers by bond.
That makes sense, brothers by bond. That's a good one. How long have you guys been friends from?
For 11 years, 12 years now.
11, 12 years.
Yeah.
Wow. When did Ajebo come from? The name AjeboHustlers first. I mean, the relationship is established. You guys are friends.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So, where did the name AjeboHustlers come from? Because it's very touch. The first time I heard it, I'd be like, I can relate to that.
Yeah. So, our music, it kind of connects between the suburbs and the streets. You get me? If you listen to songs like Solace, Symbiosis, yeah, there's thought towards it, and then there's still that comical and the street vibe in it, yeah. So we just needed a name that kind of represents both the fresh, and so that's why we chose AjeboHustlers.
Wow. That's interesting, puts in perspective to it, because you guys want your sound to cut across both the subs and the high clients.
Yeah.
I mean, where did you guys start making music? I think I saw PH. Am I right? You guys started in Port-Harcourt.
Yeah.
You guys never thought about moving to Lagos with the music, but I know the music brought you guys to Lagos eventually. But you guys started in PH. How long ago was that?
A long time.
That was as far back as 2013, 2012.
Ajebo has been doubling about 2013.
Yeah, but then it was just it was just Knowledge and Piego.
Knowledge and Piego.
Yeah.
That was the name.
Yeah, that was
the stage name, you guys' name. I know that your name. I know
artists at that point. Yeah.
Individual artists.
Yeah, but we always made songs together because we worked in the same studio. But then we realized that every time.
I think we jumped a step already. How did you guys meet? That was where we were supposed to start from. How did you guys first meet? I think that first meet go day very important. How did you guys first meet?
Yeah, so it was sometime in, I think, 2011, after we were done with secondary school.
Secondary school?
Yeah, so we were.
That's when you guys met. Interesting.
After secondary school, we were trying to get money, just get something to do after you write JAM and WAEC. You just need to be out there. So we were working at a catering service. Wow. That was where I met Piego. Yeah, then
both of you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I could remember that I played him my Enigma freestyle, a competition Don Jazzy did at that time. Yeah, and it was this is dope. You should come to my studio.
He has a studio then.
Yeah, then. So
this is Knowledge, right?
No, Piego.
This is Knowledge. Okay.
Yeah. So I came and he played me a lot of their records, and from there we started. That was where we started making music
together.
Yeah.
So you played. I mean, I think artists just relate to each other in a different way from people that don't create. Especially musicians, it's a different vibe when you're talking to an artist. Because I've been opportune to be around artists talking, and I'll be like, what are these people like? The vibe is always different, especially when you see somebody that you people are on the same wavelength. You get it. So I mean, knowing where you guys meet now, I think that brings me to what I want to talk about next. How do you guys create? I was listening to you guys all day today, and I know somebody raps. Somebody does not rap, but still I'm unable to figure out who rap and who does not rap. Because I know, I'll be one of these guys they rap, but one know they rap. But the thing is always well mixed and mastered and blended. But I know one rap, one does not rap. I mean, please talk to me about that. Who rap?
Knowledge raps, and
he's the one that rap, and you sing. But he sings too.
No, he doesn't sing.
I don't sing.
He doesn't sing.
Really?
I sing, and then he raps. Yeah.
It's just that the rap is so easy. You think that you're singing, but it's not singing, it's rapping.
I mean, you can say that again. Okay, I think I've established a lot about the business. You guys met in Port-Harcourt, and you guys started making music together. And AjeboHustlers has been formed for 11 years, or did I get that wrong?
Yeah, they're about,
you guys have been together like that for 11 years. Okay, so what I want to ask now is the like creative process. Like you guys have been able to like as a duo to have a lot of hit song. I mean, I've looked at it on YouTube today and I can count about 11 hit songs. So what's the creative process like behind, you know, if it's only you that want to create now. Once it syncs with you, you don't need to contact another person. But you know it's like a synergy now. And you guys' songs are always very in sync. So what's the creative process like? Do knowledge catch it first and come to you like, oh, pretty good, I don't be on this vibe. And you have to level up, or you guys used to catch it at the same time. So I really want to know how the creative process is like, because that's what it's all about. Like, talk about you guys.
I feel like with us is because first of all, like music is spiritual, and then when you want to make music that people will connect to, you get me, like it's not that serious, you get me, it's not a plan. So it's so open that if he has an idea, I mean, he just runs the idea by me, and then as long as it's going, I'm hopping on it, I'm writing my verse, I'm writing I'm bringing my beats into it. And most of the time we kind of like just go on YouTube, like listen to ideas and write down, and then go back to the studio and create. And sometimes we have like producers send us beats, and then we write too.
No, I mean, now that I'm talking to you guys and knowing that, okay, you guys have been on this grind for like 11 years. And that's one thing like this generation don't really talk enough about. And that's the major reason why I be like, talks about you. Like, I want to talk to people. Like, you know, people see Ajebo today and be like, oh, maybe you guys started yesterday because you guys are popping out. You get so like, what has the grind for being that long as an individual? And you get, I'm sure now you guys are going to have your individual differences. You get sometimes you say go look knowledge like I go beat this guy one day. You get that. So the individual difference and being able to grow success together, like what has it taught you guys? Like I like to take that one after the other. Like what has it taught you? Like
it has made me realize that, man, you just have to be patient, you know, and you can't do this alone. You need people that are on the same wavelength, that has the same aspiration and dreams as you. Yeah, it has made me understand that sometimes things might not go your way, but eventually if you calm down, go solve.
You solve.
Yeah,
because you don't solve. You don't. No worry. You don't say you don't solve. I like how calm that. Okay, so pretty good. Like, what's your take on that? Like 11 years and differences.
I think still it's almost the same thing, just patience. I mean, it's like dealing with your sibling. You get me? There are sometimes that you wake up and your brother is like,
I can't really. Now two sisters are there, so I know what they talk.
Yeah,
you know they go look the girl like.
Wait till I go do. So it's like when you see friendship like that, and as long as you're a good person, and then we have like the same vision. I mean, even in times when I'm not feeling you like that. Nah, it just takes time. Like over time, sometimes you're angry, and then 30 minutes after you feel different. You get me?
I mean,
yeah. So it's just patience.
I get that thing. Like, I mean, when it comes to anger, I mean, the way I was able to manage it when I was growing up, my mother would tell me like, "This thing is it going to matter in like 5 years?" You know, good. Most of the things maybe they vex for this moment like this. Maybe 3 months from now, if you don't do another different piece, another different like. So I mean, we talking about that now, and you guys know that you guys are like a duo, and looking at the African scene, every dude have come up, blew together. Money have always been a major divider. And we have this thing as African child, we don't like to talk about money. Like we could look at it and say na secret courts. I mean, when I came here, like when I came to UK, people are very open about discussing money. And I'll be like, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. But for Africa, money be like secret courts. Nobody they talk about them. Nah, they everybody they talk about. But we know say some people get them. And we have that like the African child, like that is always there. Like, so how do you guys manage it? Like, okay, because people that have been even broad, like P Square, there was a time money was a big problem. So how do you guys manage the money thing? Like, we are in this thing for the passion, and we are making. And you guys make good music. I think your synergy has not been seen in a long while for you do. Like you guys are always in sync on every track. So how do you guys be like, okay? Do you guys have those conversations like, okay, bros, male no allow money scatter this thing? Because I know it's two things. As long as female no scatter them, now money will be the problem again. So how do you guys manage that? Especially now that you guys are popping, man. So.
The way I see it is like everyone as long as we are splitting money, like you deserve what is coming to you because we are both putting like a level of hard work. So as long as I know that I'm not the only one that is going to the studio to make this record, and when I make the record, all of us go come share money, that type of thing you get. It's more like I know that he's like the same way I'm putting in like my own effort is the same way he's putting his own effort. So I don't ever see it as a problem whenever we are splitting money, because I don't say
do you realize, like, when you think about art and think about music, it's like, how much do you want to make right now? Think about it. Like, you have an album you want to drop now, or you have a project and they're offering you probably like a 300k or 400k. Like, is that enough? Like, in 6 months or like in a year time, you'll be used to having that kind of money and you want more. So it's like, when you think about it, like, oh, we have this money for a show, we have this money for this, and we're splitting. It's like, always think about it that there's more. As long as you have the music, you
as long
can't,
as you keep creating.
You can't. It's like your catalog it's just way bigger than money. It's like what we are doing right now is something that our kids will live off, like the music itself, the catalog, like whatever, like the music, the projects we're dropping. So it's like you looking beyond money and just saying, oh, whatever we are doing right now is bigger than money, bro. We're going to be on the road. A lot will happen.
Okay, I mean, the conversation I've built up to this, like, we're talking about money already, and that makes me big. So, like, let's just touch on it once and for all. How do you guys take care of the business side of things? You know, like, I don't know, are you guys independent or?
No, we are signed. We have a label.
You have a label, like, you guys have a proper label and everything. So, how do you guys, like, think about the business side of music? Like, okay, you guys have a label that covers everything and manage, like, and you guys have a legacy you want to leave behind, because obviously it's imminent from what you said. You are thinking about your children, feeding off every effort you put in now. So the music business and the legacy you guys want to leave behind, how do you guys manage that together? Like, because it's a lot now in this generation where we do, because now generation will be all of us one rock Prada, one rock. You get that the lifestyle is expensive, irrespective of maybe you are making money or not. You still have to put a bag down to live the life again. So how do you guys manage all that together? And I mean, I've been able to talk to a lot of artists, and the same thing I keep hearing from everybody is artists are just human beings, irrespective of the expectation people put on you. Like, say you guys are now superstar, you guys are still human beings too. So how do you guys manage that business side and you're like, oh, this is the legacy we want to leave?
We're so fortunate to have like a label that like they're as ambitious as us, because it's more like, as long as we go to the studio and make a hit record, they are going to make a run with it. So it just like works
everything
hand
works
in hand.
Together.
Yeah.
So like, since when everything works together now, is there like, I think we're trying to round up now, is there like an upcoming project for you guys? Like, you guys have been like, oh, I think the last album was in 2021, if I'm not right, or 2020, because I listened
to the last album was 2021.
2021.
We had an
EP after that, after that,
20.
So is there any upcoming project? Because I've really taken my time to like look at it. Like, you guys are really like popping right now.
We have the deluxe for Bad Boy Etiquette 101, which is like Bad Boy Etiquette 102.
Bad Boy Etiquette 102. Yeah. You guys are giving us a lot of gen on that one. So now go out to our Bad Boy Etiquette. We go like.
It too, so like it's just a lot.
Yeah. So when should we be expecting that? When is that looking to come out?
I mean, I think in a month or two.
So like, now we're talking about all this. Now I want to talk about how far the music has traveled. So when you guys started 11 years back, do you think like, the music is going to travel this much?
Man, I just wanted to make music. I didn't know how I was going to go. Like, to be honest, like I just felt like, I want to hear myself, you know. Sometimes when you listen to yourself record, so like when it started making sense was when like they started paying us for sure, and I'm like, if they can pay us this money, that means they pay us more.
Okay, I like what you just said. Sorry that I didn't listen to your side of it. So when did this start making money and you feel like, okay, this thing can make us more than this?
Yeah, I think it was 2013 when we did Tumbo music.
Tumbo, yeah, I know Tumbo.
Yeah, it popped, and I mean, it was not much, but it was something, getting paid, because we just now we they paid to go perform. But
that one at normal level for every Nigerian.
Yeah.
Even when they're busy today, pay perform. Go back. Sometimes I don't go even perform. Sometimes at the backstage you go take at that kind of level normal. Yeah. So I mean, 2013 is not. I mean, it's not a while. I mean, like 2 years into it, and the grind started pulling off. Yeah. So now you guys now like traveling, being on top proper with your music, like, and looking back at we started in PH. Do you guys still stay in PH or you moved already?
No, moved.
We moved to Lagos.
We're based in Lagos now.
everybody moves to Lagos when the money don't flow.
Not when the money, so even if the money never day, like it's just an idea. You get me? Like it's like you're running a business, and you know being here does not necessarily like push you. I mean, in the right direction. You get me? Like if you know Port-Harcourt very well, you would understand that they are more interested in politics
than music.
Oh yeah. Because that's like that's just all they know. They've always known. So if you're making music, it's like this guy you're not serious yet.
But some of the best of Nigerian artists come from Port-Harcourt.
That's the reason why. Because it's harder for you. Because when you're in that city, it's like more. You have to work harder than people in Lagos. Harder than people. Because when you blow up in Port-Harcourt and then you make that transition to Lagos, when you get to Lagos, you realize that more people know you like that too. You can't start again. Like you have to start again and start like building your network and everything. So it's like.
So I'm sorry for cutting you. I like us to talk about that transition. When did you guys move to Lagos?
We moved 2020 when we dropped Barrow.
But before 2020, I think
we've been
going back.
Normal level for everybody back and forth Lagos. You go just reach one stage, you go like, why no people they stay here?
At that time, sometimes no shows, nothing they happen. So you guys
fall back, make your name for your city,
then come back again.
May they not forget you.
So at 2020, you guys feel like okay, we have the fan base locked on.
Yeah, that's when Barrow pretty much went viral. So that's when like moved
that. Yeah, like, okay. So now transiting to Lagos and building the network from ground, has it affected the sound in any way? That's the major thing I'm looking to like.
It hasn't affected the sound. Like when like as long as you're from a tribe, even if you go to another continent or anywhere in the world, like it doesn't change the fact that I'm a Port-Harcourt boy. I'm from somewhere. Like I'm still the same.
So you guys see yourself as typical Port-Harcourt boys?
Yes. So,
from the name, you guys
are away from it.
I mean, I like to talk about the rule. I like to go back because it talks about you guys. About like Port-Harcourt boys have this I'm a bad boys vibe. Like I like to hear your individual thought about that.
Because like everywhere was ski, you guys see. Because if you know like that, because guy ways like you understand.
Guy man go on guy man
you. And a guy will normally say if you by the rap strong, so you can just put out for your body, say I the B. So you said the guy.
So that bad boy ginger just stay normal.
That is just
like
there.
Every young boy from Port-Harcourt is a stubborn bad boy. Yeah, automatically.
You don't need to tell us like is imminent in number of people that have come from Port-Harcourt, like Omale, Bona. Like when you listen to you guys word play, it's from a place of like that really post lifestyle. Like so did that influence the music in any way?
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Like being in that kind of space where it's like, bro, a whole lot is happening. A whole lot happened in Port-Harcourt. Probably even stop, but like a whole lot happened. But like if you grow up in Port-Harcourt, our experiences like so over time it makes you tough. Like it makes you really tough, and then it plays in the music because I mean the way we talk, our slangs, and even like you can still
even you guys wordplay. Like you guys are like smooth with the ladies and still bad. And
so even when we make love songs, there's a twist to it too. It's like dog loving type thing too. So.
Loving type of thing, but Omale makes that in a very slow way. More like you guys have that melodic sound, like it's always going like the flow. But you guys are always like tough inside. So like now that influences the sound in that way. You guys are able to show like the thug love type of thing. But like with the music, music comes with growth because you guys sound have grown over time. The one you guys are singing in 2013 is different from where you guys sound are now. How are you guys able to stay true with like, okay, now Port-Harcourt, this thing are the thing where I know all my life and I don't want to lose this sound, and now you guys are growing, people expect the growth to be in the sound, you guys are touring the world, and how does that affect the growth and everything that you guys are doing?
I think even by the way we talk, like even in as much as we are based in Lagos, like we are not really influenced by what is happening in Lagos because most of the time, man, like we are at home or I feel they talk to my guys from Port-Harcourt, so we still talk with the same.
So you guys are keeping contact with the roots. So the same lambas,
and I think it's very important too as a creative, in as much as you're trying to network and you're trying to, be out there. It's still very smart to not to be caught up in the mix because it's Lagos. You get me? Like you can just be lost in the whole drama of everything that happened, and you just wake up one morning and you don't even know what you're doing again. People that used to feel you before will not be feeling you again because you don't know what you're doing again.
I keep saying it for me. Like you know, we grew up in Lagos, born and brought Lagos. Yeah. The first time I left Lagos, I was 20. Just like you guys, the only way I know at Lagos. I keep saying Lagos is the representation of the high life. If you did low now, make it they live high life the next minute. The low life and the high life. That's what Lagos is about. I've never been to Port-Harcourt before, but listening to you guys and seeing everybody that come from there, I know like you guys are like tough. Not like you guys are trying to protect it. So I'm always wondering like, waiting they really go down for Port-Harcourt. And those are one of the reasons why I like start like talks about you. Not like, I mean, people enjoy you guys' music, but people don't understand where it comes from. Like, okay, this is the experience that forms, like, this is the experience that forms knowledge. Say, now why knowledge go, they look you every time. Like, say one guy out. I don't say one guy out. You guys just date you. Yeah, that kind of level. So, I mean, that's interesting. So now, like, looking at all those things, have it affected like the way you guys still relate, like when it comes to the business side? You know, like 50 Cent said it one time on the podcast. I said the corporate world is more tough than the streets because people want to rob you with pen and paper. If not rob you now, you go leave you. But this one, they go leave you without any emotions. So does it that affect when you guys see contract these days, or you guys look at it one kind of way like, I be these people, they want me. You get that kind of.
I mean, no, contract you have to be like this. You have to. It's just. You have to be smart like that, you get me? Like, even if you're in business with your family or anything, like, it's always good to state it out. You know, that kind of, like, guides everybody. So one day, you know, go just wake up one morning, go and say...
Can't reason me local.
Yeah, like...
You don't create a brand, you like...
Yeah,
okay.
like, it's not you... It's not about you trying to, like... It's not about me being aware of you. It's just being smart and doing what's best for me.
I like the way you said that. It's not like you are trying to be aware of the next person. It's just like you trying to protect what is yours, what you have been able to create. Okay, and you guys said there's an album coming forward. I mean, it's been very interesting. I mean, more interesting talking to you guys than I thought it's going to be because you guys always have this synergy together and like it's calm. So now you guys said when is your tour going to come to an end? I think you guys have been on tour. How long have you guys been on tour in the UK for?
We've been in the UK for like 2 weeks.
No?
When is the tour coming to an end?
Yeah, we're playing Cardiff.
And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, have you guys had fun? Like, what's the experience like?
Amazing. Like,
you guys would like to come back and do it on bigger.
Definitely.
I saw the show. I saw the show in London, and after the show in London, you tweeted something. You said you just wanted to play at the O2. I think it's knowledge. It was knowledge that tweeted. I just want to play on the O2. So walk me through that experience. What made you like get off stage and tweet that immediately? Like, what was it like?
When that tweet was like an old tweet. Like I said. I tweeted it like in sometime in 2020 that I'm going to headline a show in UK to be precise. Yeah, so it's like
the manifestation.
We headlining our show, and I wasn't expecting that amount of people to come. I mean, like it's another continent, you know. Like seeing that, it was like, wow. Bro,
this is the effect on the music.
Did they feel us like this? Did they sing even the songs that we don't perform in Lagos? Like they were singing it word for word, and I'm like, more.
You don't go now. I mean, you guys are big now. What's the law now? What's the law like? So now, I mean, from that tweet, like, okay, you tweeted in 2020 that you want to headline a show in the UK, and you guys manifested it, and you saw a lot of people like jumping on your song. You said even the ones you don't perform in Lagos, like people are just singing, like, and they know everything word for word, and you're like, oh, the music has really traveled. Do you now look back at the years of consistency it took? Like, what do you take from the year of consistency it took for you to get to that point? Like, what do you take from that?
Yeah, it made me understood that if you put money in front, it's more like if you are doing music because of you want to make money, you might not make that money. So does that mean that you're going to stop? Because anything you put money in front, like it might not happen that time that you want it, and it just makes you like you're expecting too much. But for me, I was doing music because I loved music. Like it didn't matter when I was going to blow, but I knew that one day it goes up, and the love that I had, like it kept us like we kept on like just doing it. Till the day that we woke up that almost. Pado, Olamide don't post also.
I mean, when did Olamide post? Like when
it was 2020.
That was 2020. As of 2020, yes, we had Barrow out. It was moving, but it wasn't moving like that. Like it was just, you know, when you have a good song out and then videos are coming, but you don't have that push yet.
You don't have that buzz.
Yeah. So we're squatting with a friend, Nikorodu.
So when you guys first came to Lagos, like Korodu,
island ferry. So every time we had a meeting on the island,
you use ferry. I know that place. I stayed in Ajebo for that side.
Across to Lekki. So if it's a meeting that it's probably like too early. We'll come like a day before and then get a hotel in phase 1 so we can be early for the meeting. So that's how we just moving. And just one day we woke up. I think it was like maybe like 2 or 3. Not just woke me up. Say, Bado don't post. I said, Bado, because we didn't know anybody in Lagos. I was like, Bado from where? Is it Bado? I said, which Bado?
So your mind was going now.
My phone said there was no light. My phone said was almost off. I just on my phone. I said, oh my, just my Instagram was people were sending messages, videos. You know what I mean? It was just sorry because like that was the first time that kind of thing was happening. That was the first time we were seeing the music itself moving. You know, a lot of times it's like you drop music and then you try to push it. But that was the first time we were seeing the music
move itself.
Move itself. And then when Bado posted, a lot of stations picked it up, and then our deal came along, and then.
So wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Like, thank God we're talking about consistency too. So you guys didn't have a deal for like the first 9 years of doing music.
We just had investors come in. Investors come. So do.
I feel like the fact that I was rapping, it was always scaring them away because they feel like hip hop play the blow for them now.
So if you say that you know that no let it get deep.
Yeah, I was like I felt.
But your rap is dope. Like, I say today when they come, I be like, one boy they rap on this. You get that kind of thing. Yeah. So if you say that the rap, they push them.
Yeah, because like if you want to be honest, like in the music scene, like we don't have like a lot of rap music that is that big. Like so, in Nigeria, you get the way like they see rap.
But you guys don't sound like rap. You cut across.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the idea. Like you're trying to dumb it down. Like you're trying to bring it down. So like everybody, even a random person,
we don't like rap.
Yeah, we don't like rap.
Yeah, and your own voice is so like melodious, and so it just comes in.
Try
and
to make the music as simple as possible because if it's too complicated, it just flies over. Like people just like. But when it's simple, it sticks.
Yeah, so now let's go back to the conversation now. So you guys didn't have a deal for like 9 years. You guys kept pushing and kept dropping. I didn't even know you guys didn't have a deal because you guys were always consistently dropping.
But we didn't have a deal, but we had music to take us from point to A to point B. So it's like you have music and someone comes and is like, this song is dope, and then he has like maybe doesn't have the budget to shoot a 3 million naira video, but he has the budget to shoot a 700k video. And it's like, you guys are dope. And then he shoots the video. And then maybe he pushes to the point and it's like, maybe this thing they bring the type of money you want to, he will leave. And then we're at point B. Yeah. Somebody again will see that at point B is like, this is beautiful.
But you know the beauty is that you guys stayed consistency. For that point B, you go still drop something.
Yeah,
because I know you guys always kept dropping.
Of course. Yeah. So and then with being a creative or being an artist is you learning to be patient with yourself. Because they are songs and they are special songs. Do you get me? There are some songs you have like it blow like, but you can't compare it to like certain songs in your career. Do you get me? There are certain songs like, bro, these songs are just special songs. They will open doors. They will do so much for you, and then you probably be dropping. These ones will still blow, but it might not match up until any day God decides say that thing will enter again. Do you get me? So that's how it works. Yeah.
So now that you're talking about there are songs which songs do you guys feel like is more special to you? Like,
I think Barabo is one of ours.
It's not Loyalty. Special. I was thinking
Loyalty is, but Barabo like it's more like the song that blew us. And then again, during the NSAS period, like we did the song before the NSAS, and when the NSAS happened, like it was the song that people like. So it was more like it's a prophecy. So that song, like, is more like the song for me.
That's deeper. Like, it's so special to us because having a song that played that type of role in a very crucial moment in our life. Like, there's never been a time in the history of Nigeria you had everybody with the same mind. You know, Nigerians, everybody's like, this guy feel like say you're Yoruba, you're Igbo, you get. But that was the first time everybody was in sync. Like the youth, everybody came out. Nobody was feeling like this thing is not cool for me. Yeah. Everybody, so like having a song that was like part of that movement is just so special to us.
Okay, so that was one of the things again. Like, so now that you guys are able to stay consistent and the money is flowing, like how do you guys keep the consistency? Because I mean, I say it is a difficult thing to stay consistent when the money start coming in. Yeah. So you guys still keep the same consistent like studio time, or the routine has changed a bit?
No, like me, I'm always hungry because like when I'm at this point, it's more like now we don't pop to this level. Like I want us to be the biggest duo in the world. So we still have to like.
It's a lot to be done.
Like
You guys don't see it like
The aspiration is
And then
just
think about it, is like, what are you really getting that the next man hasn't gotten before? Like, what, like, if you have $1 million, there's someone in the world that has it. You get, so like, it should be about the money. It should be about you sharpening yourself, like getting yourself to a point where it's like you're the best in this. Like when it comes to this speed,
we good.
kill it, yeah.
I mean, that's insightful. Like the way you guys look at the music generally, and the way the passion you guys look at everything is very, very deep. So now, what I want to say is, there are a lot of boys making music from PH, and only few have been able to like get to where you guys have gotten to. So like, what's going to be the advice for like somebody that is starting and thinks like, oh, 11 years is going to be a long time? What do you think is the advice you can give to them that is going to help them match it down going forward?
Yeah, as long as you know that you're not doing this music to impress the next man, like you know that this is your calling. No matter how long it takes, man, you have to see it through.
No matter how long, you just have to
And be true to yourself. Like, don't make music because you think, oh, I want to sound like this guy, or this is what I think is working right now. This is what I think is the thing, or I need to speed up the song. Like, no, it should be about what you like. You know, if you make a song and then you're waiting for the next person to tell you that this song is dope, you're wasting your time, because everybody want you. You get, so it has to be about you. It's like when you record song, you go no now. You go,
when you have a good, as a creative, when you have a good section,
you go no. Me, I don't even want to hear whether you feel up or you feel up. Me, I just say I feel up.
It's going. So be true to yourself. Like don't dilute, because that's what will make the next person connect to you. Like don't dilute your sound. Don't make it look like, oh, I have to be this person. I have to be real with yourself. Like express your music the way you yarn with your guys, the way you do your things. Yeah.
So now, like, I like the way you said it. Like, don't dilute the music. Don't do anything. For somebody like didn't get a contract for 9 years, you guys didn't jump on any trend. Like, you guys kept that sound, like from the symbiosis, from the barrel, from the loyalty. You guys make sure like there's anybody that's following the sound will see that there's a growth and there's a melody you guys are trying to sell. Even when maybe like I'm a piano or anything was raining, you guys didn't look on what was happening. How were you guys able to be like, okay, I'm not looking at what the market is saying, even when you guys needed money? Because I mean, at the end of the day, I used to say it as creative, we are not supposed to look at money in the beginning, but money is one of the biggest motives why all of us want to do this. So how did you guys be like, okay, that's not my money, like I know this sound, you go carry me which way I go?
Yeah, if you look at the industry, like everyone is just doing their thing. Like you don't have too many people sounding alike. So we've always just wanted to blow up as a singer and a rapper type thing, that because I've never seen it happen in Ajebo in Nigeria before. So it was more like we knew that we are doing something new. And I think that was why it was a bit harder for us to actually cross.
It took time, yeah. Okay, now looking at it, like you guys have been the first dude that did singing and rapping and made it this interesting and simple for everybody. And looking at the exciting times that are ahead, I know we mentioned it earlier, like you guys have been able to manage the money and there's no problem. So like looking at the big bags and the egos and the love that is going to come with all those, do you guys have like a bonding time to manage what is going to come? Because I mean, most of the time it's always going to be this one say, that one say. Yeah. Somebody will come and tell you something different. Somebody will go tell you something different. So how do you guys intend to deal with situations like that?
So I feel like with that kind of situation, we've had those kind of P's previously, like at the early stage of our career, where there were times. I think that's like maybe the only time we had fights where we didn't talk for like maybe like a week. Yeah,
really?
Like, so yeah, that's the only time where we had someone tell me something and then just something.
Because most of the time that's always the P, like the money stuff. It's always the P. Like a long somebody will tell you something different and tell you something different, and you guys won't have enough time to verify, and you hold on to it. But it's so funny now, because when you're dealing with me, most times it's like you're dealing with. Like, so everything you're just better going to tell
me. As long as you're yarning me, as much as you
guys know. Say you just tell
us. It has to be like, because we've been in. I can't even lie. We've been in so many situations where people wanted to work with just one person. Even before we had Barao, we had investors that came in and were like, "Oh, I'm interested," and then from back and say, "It lies on you way. I won't work with you. Get me?" And then I'd be like, "Oh my guy, so this guy the yard no."
Now, I mean, now that we are talking about it, and it's a very interesting conversation now. You get like that one was easier. I know I used to say there's money and there's money. Yeah. Now the bag way that they use tempting and then it's different. Yeah. It's a different thing now. You guys are going to be looking at maybe like $1 million deal, $2 million, $20 million deal, and somebody will be like, so you guys have that synergy already. Like it's a package. If you are not taking the two, we are not taking the money. That's what I want to understand.
It's very simple like that, and it's like we are both. Even if Knowledge does a 2-bar or a 3-bar sentence in the song, it's like his thoughts, his ideas, is invested in our music, and then for we to even be at this point that you think is interesting enough for you to come, don't be just one person do them now, bro. There are a lot of times that we sit down and we are not recording, we're just yarning and brainstorming, and ideas are coming in, and this is our life, like individual effort. So the package comes in two, like you can't come and have one person, and then I feel like. Even if we get to a point where we need to have like advances or adjustments, we'll definitely sit down and talk. You get me? Like we don't run away from conversations. Like we talk about these things. Like we sit down, we have these conversations. Because it's obvious. Like we see what's happening with groups, like duos, like people that are even blood brothers, and we know that money, egos, so many things come into play.
Women,
so we have this conversation. Women, they go hard.
Don't underestimate the power of a female man. I don't say we go hard, but I mean we're coming to the end of this, and I mean I like to most of the time I used to ask people about this or that, but since you guys are and you guys are my first one I'm talking to, because I won't get a chance to talk to many. So this one is going to be who is more likely to. Again, since you guys know each other, so it will be who is more likely to. So let's see how it will go. It will be something serious. Okay. It will just be fun. Who is more likely to fall in love with a female fan?
It should be Piego.
He said on the laugh.
Me, I'm not the lover boy.
So now Piego, they're more likely to fall in love with a female fan. So all the females, the DM to go like that. So who is more likely to charge more for an event?
I think I'm the person, because
I like the way I know that self. You said all they look you, so now I ain't go call the people and say.
Sometimes they go say, "Oh, more, calm down, I listen, you know too much."
Not that strong.
You didn't knock the billionaire and say, "Oh, more." Okay. Who is more likely to stay out at night?
I think me.
Piego.
I'm out.
Piego.
So who is more likely to not want to go to the studio?
It might be me, because sometimes anytime, especially when we are trying to make bedu, I go say,
oh boy. So you more likely to be in the studio all day, like
because I'm singing. So like him, all he does is like he lays the verses. Yeah. So he doesn't have to be there a lot of times for me to have a song. You get me? Like I'll just record and then I send him, and then wherever he is, he just works on his verse. Yeah.
So okay. So who is more likely to like want to like get to an event early?
I think him, because I'm always late. I think I was even late last night.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I think people are more knowing the brand, like they do better now. So who is more likely to be like, oh, I'm not eating today, like I'm not feeling it.
Maybe that.
Not feeling it. Okay. Alright, I think we come to the end of this. I mean, it was amazing talking to you guys, and I hope you guys had as much fun as I had.
Fun, man. I mean, I didn't want it to end at some point.
I mean, I had fun talking to you guys too. And other one is them. I'm here with them bad boys today. Call me a bad boy and talks about you. I remember your boy Post Lifestyle. Soromi.
Lifestyle.
Then we out. Big thank you to everybody.